Types of government. The Mahajanapadas were basically of two types. Those Mahajanapadas that were ruled by individual kings were called monarchies. So the Mahajanapadas were divided into two types. The first one is known as monarchies, are the one who were ruled by the individual kings, while the next one is those that were governed by a council of rulers were called republic or Gana Sanghas. Okay, so these are the two different types of Mahajanapadas. Let us learn both the types in detail. First one is monarchies. Kings of some Mahajanapadas steadily assumed great power and began to exercise complete control over all affairs relating to their subjects. So the king of some Mahajanapadas, they have a great power and they exercise the complete control over all the matters related to their subjects in order to run the administration. Due to this, monarchy became the dominant form of state and government. So, as the king, he had the whole authority, due to which monarchy becomes the dominant form of state and the government. The institution of kingship became hereditary and based on the principle of primogeniture or Jesthadhikar. That means the institution of kingship. That means the power of the king became hereditary. That means if, for example, if the king is dead, his son will ascended the throne. So this is called hereditary, and it was based on the principle known as Yesthadhikar. That means the son have the authority to ascend the throne after his father is dead. As per this principle, the eldest son of the king succeeded his father and occupied the throne after the death of the latter. So, according to this principle, the eldest son have the authority to ascended the throne of his father and occupied the throne after the death of his father. The king would often nominate his successor during his lifetime. So the king himself, he used to nominate his successor during his lifetime. That means when he is alive, he decide that who will be the next king after his death. The prince who was thus nominated by his royal father as his successor was called heir apparent or Yuvaraj. So the prince who is nominated by his father as his successor, he was known as heir apparent or the Yuvaraj. Coronation or Rajya Abhishek of the king was an important ceremony in which priests and people from certain section of the society, apart from the member of the royal family, participated. So the coronation, that means Rajya Abhishek, that means the day when the king will ascended the throne and he will be the official king. So it was an important ceremony in which priest and some people from different section of the society and the royal family participated in it. During the age of the Mahajanapadas, the king became the symbol of the state. So during the Mahajanapadas, the king became the symbol. That means the king becomes the real or the king have the real authority. With absolute powers in his hand, he came to be seen as the protector of society as well as dharma. So as he have a absolute power in his hand, he became the protector. That means he will protect the society as well as the dharma, that is the culture. From the later Vedic text, we learn about three types of officials who assisted the king. So, from the later Vedic text, we come to know that there are three types of officials who used to assist the king. They are Amatyas or ministers who assisted the king in governing the state. Next is the Senapati who lead the king's army on the battlefield, and the third one is the Purohita who guided the king on how to perform the various religious and social duties sanctioned by the scriptures. So these are the three important officers who used to assist the king. In order to expand their territories through conquest and to establish law and order within the kingdom, powerful kings kept and maintained standing armies, permanent armies, always in a state of preparedness. So, in order to expand the whole territory with the help of conquest, or you can say with the help of war, they and to establish law and order within the kingdom, powerful kings kept maintain a standing army. That means the army is always ready, okay, and they are prepared in such a manner that if there is any war which is going to take place, they are always ready. Soldiers recruited in the army received regular salaries from the royal exchequer or rajakos throughout the year. So the soldiers who are part of the army, they used to receive regular salaries, okay, from the royal exchequer, that means the khazana, throughout the year. Payment were made either in kind or in cash. That means the payment of salary was either in the form of items or goods or in the cash. For cash payment, particular types of coin called punch marked coins were used. So if they are paid in a cash or in the form of coin, then the name of the coin is punch marked coin. Paper money that we use today was unknown at that time. So the paper money which we use today, that was unknown during those time. Different types of taxes were imposed on the subjects, and the revenue from those taxes were used for paying the soldiers, maintaining the army, and numerous activities of public welfare. So different types of tax were imposed on the people, and the revenue, that means the taxes were collected um, uh, from the soldiers who used to taxes were used for pay. That means they used to collect the taxes, and those taxes were used to pay the salary to the soldiers, and with that taxes money they used to maintain the army and other activities in order to make a healthy relation with the public.